Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just kidding, I'm not gonna chop this thing up. That was yesterday's vlog. But today, I am going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 7 Black review. So what my thoughts are on it, how I like it, qualities, frame rates, and all that good stuff, and why I will be continuing to use this and keep it in my bag wherever I go. So, I'm gonna throw some clips up and we're just gonna talk about some clips and stuff that I've shot in the past 2 months, see what I don't like, see what I like, how much it costs, and we'll get right into those clips. So I think my favorite thing about the GoPro Hero 7 Black is the Hypersmooth. This is a clip of me when we were at the gold mine in one of my vlogs, and I was running down the hill just kind of holding it and not even like trying to keep it stable, just holding it out in front of me, not paying any attention to it, trying to get a good shot, and I started running down the hill and it looks really good and super smooth. So that is to show you guys how good this Hypersmooth actually is. The Hypersmooth, definitely a key feature on the GoPro, one of my favorites. But another thing is the time warp. So time warp is basically a hyperlapse and it stabilizes it, a bunch of photos all stitched together in a video, makes like perfect hyperlapse. So here's some of the hyperlapse that I shot in Sedona, and also I shot a few when we were driving to the Jerome. A lot of times I like to set it up in my car and just let it run, and it makes the clouds look really cool when you just drive, and then I'll speed it up a few times, but a lot of times it's just like, so there's like 3 or 4 different settings you can put on, like 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, and 30. Usually I like to keep it around 10 to 15 maybe. If I'm driving longer distance, I put it at 30, but for the most part, I leave it at 15. So it just looks super good, and you can see in these driving shots, it's just like, it makes everything look really smooth. So apart from the time warp, it shoots in 4K at 60 frames, 30 frames, 24, 1080, or 2.7K at 120 frames, but the 120 frames on the 2.7K does not have Hypersmooth. So I haven't really shot in 120. It doesn't really make sense. If I could shoot 240 at 1080, unless you want a little bit more quality, then obviously shoot 2.7K at 120. But I either usually stick to 4K at 60 frames or the 1080 at 240 frames, which that is super slow-mo. So here's some of the clips that I got when we were in California of a guy doing a backflip. And then there's a few more of the bird. So the bird flying away, those ones look super cool. That was on a 24 frame timeline, and I slowed that down to about 10%. So it was super slow, and you only need a little piece of it because it's just like really slow, and if you let it go on longer, it's gonna be like a 10-second clip. The quality on this thing is honestly really good. So apart from the quality, the audio was another thing on the GoPro that I was just kind of iffy with. And the GoPro Hero 5 Black is what I had before. The audio honestly was not that good. It kind of made you sound like an alien, and it was just garbage. But on this one, I have noticed an improvement on it. It's not the best audio like this Rode mic that I'm using, but it is really good compared to the old one, and it's doable if you're doing vlogs and all that. So to start, amazing. Here's some of the audio clips when I was testing it. She's trying to record me with the camera right now. I'm definitely gonna use the GoPro footage though, because I don't know how the lighting is on there, but the lighting's probably good on here. I don't see any castles. Like, castles
that's what I'm thinking. It's a hike. It's a hike.
I do a lot in the car, which if you can hear, it actually mutes out some of the noise of like my car, and you can hear my voice a little bit, but my car was really loud and the exhaust kind of like overkilled it. Apart from the audio on this thing, let's talk about the photo now. The photo, so it shoots a 12 megapixel photo, which is really good, wide, and it has this new feature called Super Photo. So it's basically like an HDR photo, and it takes a bunch of a darker, lighter, mix them, kind of makes it a really good photo. So the photos are pretty good. I haven't taken a ton on it, mainly because I've been using it for video, but the photos are pretty good if you just want to snap a few. It has burst, timer, and you can control it all from your phone, which plugs in the Wi-Fi. Just connect it and then it has all the controls that you need on it, which is nice because I can see my shot and see if the light looks good, so I know what I'm filming, because a lot of times I can't see what I'm filming on my camera. But if I set this up somewhere, I can look on my phone and then hit record, so it just doesn't keep running and running and running, and then I have to look back through it. This thing is also waterproof. I haven't really tested the waterproof on this, but I put it in the water a few times here and there, and it was totally fine. The only thing is the audio kind of gets a little bit muted. And it sounds like muffled when you get water in it, so you just have to like dry it out. It's waterproof up to 33 feet, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think there is a time limit that it can stay underwater. I'm just assuming it's waterproof, maybe there is. But apart from that, like, there's not much that I don't like about the GoPro. Like, altogether, it's a great camera. For this to be in this little tiny thing and have it stable when I'm holding it like this, and waterproof, and the audio's pretty decent on it, is pretty amazing. The only thing I would say, if there is something that I could say to GoPro to improve possibly, maybe would be better low light, because it is not the greatest in the low light, and maybe even making the audio a little bit better so that sometimes doesn't cut out your voice. And finally, let's talk about the pricing. So there's 3 GoPros, the white, silver, and the black one, which is the black one is the top of the line. The black one runs at $399, and then I think it's silver is $299, and then white is $199. So it's like $100 difference between each of them. And honestly, I'm not sure why they make the silver and the white one, because they like make the black one amazing, and then the other 2 are just like knockoff. So if you're looking between the 3 and trying to determine what you're gonna buy, I would just spend the extra, get the black one, it's worth it. The other 2 don't have Hypersmooth on them. The silver, I believe, shoots in 10 megapixels, only 4K at 30 frames, and it doesn't have any of the same features that the black one does have. And I think Hypersmooth is totally worth it, so you're just gonna get another GoPro that has shaky footage and is not as good. So I just say spend that extra $100 or $200 and get the black one. It will be worth it in the long run. I tried to keep this as short as possible because there's so much honestly to this camera, and this is kind of like a little bit in depth of what I think about it and me using it and showing you guys some clips of what I've shot, so you guys can get a feel for what the clips look like and what it shoots in. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and you found, if you're looking to buy one of the GoPros, you know now, or have a little bit more insight on them and what the capabilities of each of the 3 are. And I will be keeping the GoPro in my bag when I travel. I think it's a great camera, great for vlogging. If you're starting doing video and you're looking to get a camera, you don't have a lot of money, $400 and you can be set. You don't need to buy a mic, tripod, camera, anything. You just could get this GoPro and start filming and getting decent looking content for just $400. So I think that's honestly a steal. And if you're looking at it, go ahead, buy it, get it, go out, film, start. And hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're not already, make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that bell, like this video, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.